This
No,
is the first time I really am giving them props besides Ahsoka. So
well, yeah, right on. Okay, cool. But do. Yeah, I mean, the fighting was dope. Some of the kills were fucking sick. Like some of the kills were fucking sick.
Shish kebab, snapping, and a Florentine. All of the trifecta.
dude.
Yep, it was pretty sweet. Oh yeah, the snapping, fucking Yord. Yord.
Yeah. That's the sound his neck made.
Yep.
Osha has to live with that. She got him killed, by the way. But
yeah. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have a whole crap ton to say about this episode. I mean, one more thing. They used the S word. So remember how I was saying they've been dancing in a minefield? Well, they just fucking stepped on one. And so the question now is do they have the skills to disarm it, or is that shit just going to blow the fuck up?
Did you like my little theory?
Which was I probably missed it. I've been doing like
the soul is actually the acolyte.
Oh, I find that interesting. I'm trying to work around how that would work in my brains, given that Kyrum doesn't look that old. Like Kyrum looks like he'd have been like 15, 16 years prior to that. So
he's got to have somebody, yeah.
If Soul is an acolyte, he ain't Kyrum's acolyte. He's Kyrum's boss's acolyte. Because there's no way Kyrum doesn't have a master. There's just
I'm thinking
there's just no fucking way.
Kymer's master is going to end up taking Soul on as his acolyte.
Okay.
Because Soul keeps saying, like everybody keeps saying, you've got this darkness inside you. You just keep burying it down. You've got this darkness. You keep burying it, so on and so forth. And eventually it's going to just break in him. And he's going to allow it to flourish, maybe.
I mean, that's not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
But if they want to do that, they better do it before he reports. Which, again, that should have happened before he even gets on the ship. So, either way.
Right. But my theory,
which
probably you guys aren't going to like. As it stands, a lot of people are saying, well, like I just said, now they're standing on the mine. They have 3 episodes left to disarm that bitch. But do they?
No, they don't.
They've already greenlit season 2 of The Acolyte.
Have they?
Yeah, they greenlit season 2 of The Acolyte a minute ago.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
You don't remember?
Are they going to have enough characters for season 2?
Well, see, here's the thing. I think that they're not even. I think they're still going to be standing on that mine when this season ends. Because they've already greenlit season 2, and they probably had to because of how they were going to end season 1. And I think they're going to end season 1 still standing on that mine. And then we're going to have to wait for season 2 to see how the fuck they handle that shit.
Yeah.
I hope I'm wrong, but knowing Lucasfilm, it would not surprise me in the fucking slightest.
If season 2's been greenlit and they're going ahead with it, it would make sense. As much, well, I wouldn't necessarily say it makes sense, but it would make sense.
It would make sense for Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
Let me make sure, but I am 95% sure that someone put that out there.
So I got it pulled up right here. It says that it's it hasn't been confirmed for season 2, but apparently they have said that they want it to be a multi-season affair.
Who's that from?
THR, Variety. Deadline.
I'm trying to see who said
well, that's the thing, Stanley's. Plagueis is like a couple hundred years old right now. He's nowhere near like a young Plagueis. Tenebrous is old as hell, and Plagueis is already a few hundred years old. Like,
them mutants live for fucking ever.
Yeah. Moon, yeah, they're old. Moons. I've never know how to say it.
Right. I say Mune.
Mune. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Munes.
Isn't the planet pronounced Munilist?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
One moment.
Which did y'all realize? I think it was Stanley's that helped me out earlier. I was trying to say Christophsis earlier, but that's the first planet from the Clone Wars movie and stuff. It was a Cartosis or something like that is the metal that, Cortosis is the metal that helmet was made out of, which that was silly in the moment, and it's easy to be trigger happy as a fan base that's not liking what's going on that one. But there is frickin' precedence for that, so yada, yada, yada.
Well, here, so far as the Stanley's chat goes, I think the best we're going to get is one of Tenebrous' side pieces that we know he had from the Plagueis novel. I think that's as far up the chain as we'll ever get. And if we even, and the best we'll get is maybe hearing Tenebrous' name. But I just don't see Lucasfilm being cool enough to actually give us a Sith fucking
But
Biff.
even the only thing that I'm thinking about that is even just from the Plagueis novel, none of Tenebrous's, I guess, acolytes, if that's what we want to call them, or semi-apprentices, side apprentices, whatever, they didn't have lightsabers. They weren't even given those yet. They were given special, like, other weapons or told to utilize what they had.
Oh, well, okay. But I'm just in terms of the fact that they all pretty much had a side piece or two.
Yeah, it's the only thing that logically
That's
makes
the only thing that's what I think the highest level that Kyram's master would be one of the big motherfuckers side pieces.
Did we get a confirmation on who said that?
Oh, the article?
I'm not gonna lie, I got completely distracted. Sorry.
I'm trying to temper what I say before I hear who said it, because.
But even if they have the expectations of getting more seasons immediately, like that makes me just hesitant in what Aaron was saying. Just like shit, like they're gonna try to dangle a carrot between seasons. If they're willing to break off that episode 4 into episode 5 the way they did, they're totally willing to just stop on a dime at the end of the season and say, "Oh, you want to see more? Well, you got to get us renewed for another one." Like,
Well, Lucasfilm would be that stupid. That's the thing.
It was Leslie Headland who said that.
It was just Leslie Headland.
Oh, it's just in an interview? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. She was one who was saying that it wanted to be a multi-season affair.
So what are the odds she gets cleared for a season 2?
75-80% probably. In my mind.
So,
because remember, Lucasfilm doesn't care about backlash.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
This show has literally, like, it's proven. It may not have proven, but it's almost. God damn it! I'm trying to figure out how to say this. It's almost a testament that Lucasfilm wanted this type of talk, this type of discussion, this type of chat, this type of toxicity around this show. They've kind of doubled down on all of it. They've doubled down on knowing that things are probably going to trigger, people that have grown up with Star Wars, with bringing in Ki-Adi-Mundi and playing around with the Anakin's backstory. If they want to do this, man, they really don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I'm over it. Like they got me for 1 season. They're not getting me for 2.
Well,
I'm not doing 2.
Disney hasn't officially done it, but if the precedent has been set with Zaslav and Warner Brothers over there that the axe works well, and it does work. Like, sorry, but literally Zaslav's point has been proven a dozen times over that, hey, sometimes you take the tax write-off. If the movie's not going to be successful, if you're not confident in it, you don't continue spending tens of millions of dollars on things that are not going to make it back. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I will say Zaslav ain't perfect by any sense. Dude shouldn't be cutting up a company a whole bunch and increasing his own freaking pocketbook right now. Give yourself a couple years for a big debt restructure on your company, then boost your pocketbook. But anyway, Lucasfilm should take something out of that and say, you know what, maybe if we know, because the only way they're going to release this is they know the publicity they're going to get. Their PR team knows what's going to happen, and they've kind of set themselves up for, I guess, not success, but failure in that aspect of things. They could have just thrown it away. Who knows if they're going to actually ever release Snow White? That might be the only time. That might be the only time they actually like do the Zaslav thing, and it's going to once again prove the point of don't release everything. Some things are better off in an archive, you know.
Yeah.
But
David,
I keep saying this. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say David B and Icarus both have like key comments.
This was hilarious. I hear Acolyte Season 2, they're replacing the actors with Muppets because their performances would be more believable and less wooden.
I mean, it's true.
I mean, Muppets are nice and squishy.
Look, it's more of a Lucasfilm problem, though. I'm tired of saying it's a Disney problem because you go look at Marvel, they're figuring it out somehow. Lucasfilm is just focused on making this franchise a problem. They're hyper fixated on making this fucking whole company in the news for the wrong reasons instead of having a good show or a good movie.
I've only got one teeny little counter to that.
What?
Iger is allowing it. He's not stepping in.
But what is he gonna do? Because I mean, shit.
He's gonna Zaslav.
He has to fire her, and he's probably gonna have to sit through 1,000 meetings to have Kathleen Kennedy bitch him out about something.
Actually, all he has to do is not renew her contract in 2 months.
Oh, as you said, that's probably what they're trying to do.
God, I
she's
hope so.
over here just approving shit to approve shit, so she can say, "Oh my god, I brought back the heart of Star Wars in Rey."
It's not even that. She's approving shit to get the EP credit, so she keeps getting paid after she gone. That's why she. Out.
So why are we even blaming Iger? Even though Iger's not a fucking good dude, he's not over here just laying down shit work over. I mean, the thing would be the same thing consistently over all of their studios. It's not. It's fucking Lucasfilm over there bitching around doing stupid shit.
Well, it's
crazy.
All their studios. Lucasfilm is just the epitome of it all. They're the needle, the head of it.
They're the only ones not trying to make a change, is what I probably should say.
Okay.
Because you've tried it. Look, you tried it. It didn't work. It didn't work universally, like Marvel, Star Wars, I think even Pixar. It didn't work. So Marvel's switching gears. I don't follow Pixar that much, but I heard people are saying Pixar's switching gears too. Star Wars is the only one that's not trying to switch gears at all.
Doubling down.
They are doubling down. And then look, I'm not a Gina Carano fan, however the hell you say her name. But you are giving those stupid idiots that are just trying to literally tote her name to hope that she sees them on Twitter credence by letting her, y'all fired her for whatever she did, which she's turned into a weirdo afterwards. Then you just let Amandla do pretty much the same thing, but almost to a higher and worse scale, and don't say shit. And so I don't get it. I don't get it. It's obvious now that it's a Lucasfilm thing.
What was this? I haven't seen this or anything. What is this?
Dude,
she put out a rep video about how she feels in herself inside the fandom. And I don't know. I personally haven't listened to it, so I don't know how cringe.
I haven't listened to it either.
I don't know how cringe. I haven't listened to it either. It would be, but I mean, all I got to say about that video is one, she's welcome to her own perspective, and two, for anyone who's like, why the fuck did they allow her to put this out? Because here's the headline: if they stopped her, Disney silences young black female lead of their new show, or tries to silence.
Yeah, but you do that behind closed doors. Like,
I
don't care.
That would get out.
You don't even have to
out there.
I get what you're saying, but there's an HR and PR way to do this. And for Lucasfilm, they obviously have not figured it out. But if you're gonna go to her, you go to her correct. You go to her correct and appropriately and go, hey, Amandla, look, we stand by you, but don't be doing that, please. Like, we're trying to make sure you don't get any more toxic hate that is unwarranted but you're literally bringing it. Bro, you called the nerds gay. Look, there's nothing wrong with being gay, but when you put everyone and just say nerds are across the board gay, you think all of them are just gonna love you? I don't understand her thought process. Like, yes, she said that
with Leslie Headland
on
sitting right next
stage.
to her.
I have the soul of a queer woman.
I love you, Jillian. I do, but like, I just don't understand. Like,
by the way,
that's
sorry to interrupt your rant, but I had a couple things come up that I got to take care of before 9, so I'm going to dip out. I love you guys. Thank you for letting me on for a few minutes, and we'll check you later.
So yeah, thank you for gracing us with your genius.
Later, brother.
Haters.
So yeah,
but yeah, am I off base?
No, like literally what you were saying is they're in the HR and PR is allowing her to double down instead of just saying, "Hey, let's just think about it just for a second."
Yes, there's an appropriate way to go about that, but like they have not done any of that. I just like this whole entire like launching of this show has been a PR issue. So
which
start to finish.
We started this stream talking about this for a lot because we keep saying like it should have been a movie, should have been a movie, should have been a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a film, even if that first half was rocky and the second half picks up and maybe it wasn't like everybody's boat, maybe it made solo money because they don't need to think about films making $1 billion all the time. It's okay if a film makes solo money. They made $200 million off of Solo, not what they're used to making, but they still made money off of Solo. That's okay. Maybe don't make such a freaking huge budget and you're going to make some more money back. But in that same sense, if you have a film out, it might be in theaters for a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, but somebody's going to go see it. They sit with that for a day, maybe a couple days, maybe a week. They might go back and see it twice if they really want to digest it, They're not going to have the time to hate on or shit on or anything like that. Any of the bad aspects of the movie in that case, because they're going to immediately think about the good stuff. And that's what they're going to have to talk about. They're like, okay, well, yeah, this part wasn't great, but then you saw them snapping necks in the middle of the movie, right?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
Exactly.
And at this point, we've had 4 weeks of nothing burgers until we finally get to a little something. And it's taken a full month of this is where we're at. And they've let that good PR just fall apart. And it's
if this was a movie, because I remember when Leslie Headland came out saying about like this show, even I don't know if it's the same thing, but she came up on stage and this is like the best amount of PR she's done, in my opinion, is when she's like, this show might not be for you, but I want to at least give y'all an open chance to try to like this, or like she was very good in that statement. Now we've gone straight up downhill, and if it's a movie, you don't get this downhill. If it's a movie, also like the whole thing would be better because half the shit that's bad would have been cut out.
Yeah.
So, I don't understand. Like, Amanda, I'm sorry. Like, because she's a beautiful woman. She has decent acting in other projects, but dude, she has literally done nothing but try to rile people up. And the thing is, like, the one I really, really feel bad for is Moses Ingram. Again, I say this all the time because, bro, she did nothing. She just played her part. And she got the dummies that are racist, the dummies that are homophobes, and all the shitlords that are possible going through her DMs, giving her nasty messages because she played the part. And that was a Disney issue. Well, Lucasfilm issue of how they wrote her in. This one is completely on Amandla.
Well, I mean, it's a wholehearted Lucasfilm issue because Warren Beatty wrote a good script where Reva's character makes so much more sense and was a pivotal thing that actually brought not just Obi-Wan's story but her story further. There was a completion to it there, and then we got what we got with the rewrite and oh my God, what's his name that was so awful on there? Well,
yeah.
Do you remember the writer that was awful?
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the writer.
I've thrown it out of my brain. I'm usually an encyclopedia for that, but not today.
Yeah, I don't remember the writer, but it's just I don't know, man. It's just I don't know how Lucasfilm doesn't get the PR game, and especially in this day and age, like I don't understand. Because then you talk about apparently they made another cringe video with like content creators, and it's like, guys, what? Like, especially if y'all paid for that, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That UCG content.
Yeah. There you go.
What?
That UCG content.
Bro. It's kind of weird because I don't live in Hollywood, right? So I'm fine living over here in Texas, but like,
Hey man, that's where I live too. I'm just here for the moment.
Hey,
I'll be back there in a few weeks.
I go back as often as possible, and I will be living there again. My ID will never change, but I will be living there again by 2030. If I can make it out here,
man, dude.
I can make it anywhere. So
But I don't live out there, but like we have, like where I live, we have major gaming orgs, right? Complexities out here, and Optic Gaming's over here as well. And I watched a Optic, his name's Hector. He's the owner of Optic. Dude, his YouTube edits are just even better than what Disney produces. It's just like, come on, like content wise, we should be way above, and we're just stagnant at that level, and it's weird. I don't get it. So
It's because there's a lot of money involved, and the people making that money don't want to move, and they're not necessarily the right people for certain spots.
yeah, true.
Well, I
Very
mean,
true.
it's from every level. I mean, especially
Every
talking about
level,
like lightsaber combat. There's so many freaking fan edits that are better than what's actually being put on
Mhm.
screen a lot of time. I don't remember if it was a Jeremy Johns video or what, or somebody was talking about where this last episode particularly was the entire battle was nighttime. You can't see half the things that are going on, and sure, I do like that sometimes whenever like you make it a dramatic emphasis with the light of the lightsabers, but there was still like it was just dark enough and not dark enough. It was weird lighting where if it happens during a daytime where it's visible and then it's still scary,
Yeah,
you can get so much more out of that. And the lightsabers are still visible. I just
yeah.
about it.
And what did you think about? Because, dude, I like the Sith dude or whatever his name is, but Smilo Ren or whatever, dude, he did a lot of running. He ran away a lot of times. So it's like, go get the kills, bro. You would have been killed Soul if you didn't keep running away.
And even Daphne Keen's character before that part, like he wouldn't have ran away from her that first time. He would have killed her and kept going. Especially if his little tactic is to run, slice, run, slice, run, slice. Like
exactly, dude. It's so weird. I don't know, man.
He was good though. I did like him overall. It was, the laziest bait and switch ever, and not well written or anything like that at all. But once he was in action, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Oh, whoa, Stanley's for damn sure. They hire yes men rather than talented people. They have people with the potential for talent. Like Leslie Headland's written some good stuff, and obviously, if she was involved with some of these things, there's inklings of goodness in there. But that's when you have a talented writing team to help bolster those good ideas and maybe push her in the right direction. And then maybe she can push back with some good ideas and they work off of that with one another. Instead of hiring yes people that would much rather just be like, oh, yeah, great. Let's put Kiari Mundi in here. Like,
Dude, like, I'm sorry. Whoever let that get slided through needs to get fired.
The simplest of things. Maybe during the one day on set that you have the dude in the makeup chair, just be like, maybe we should just do a different anything.
That's the thing, though. That's why I don't want to get back on this topic, but that's why I'm like, dude, it's deliberate because you chose the guy that said this word, like said the one thing in canon that this would really mess with. Y'all chose him. So, dude, oh man.
Like I know last week particularly I was really going hard on Dave Filoni, and I think a little bit of it is maybe some of these writers are throwing him under the bus and trying to use him as a scapegoat. Like, hey, this is y'all's big guy, and he did approve everything. So I don't know if he's really the Kiadi Mundi Plo Koon guy. It would make sense for him to be, but like, hell,
Yeah.
I just get a good writing team again. That's all we're asking for. Like.
I'm
Please.
begging. Like it doesn't, but even to that, it doesn't even feel like a Dave Filoni change.
Sorry,
You know what I mean?
Chaz was walking
no,
this
you're
way
good.
with the water, and I was like, "You mind grabbing me a water while you're up?"
It doesn't feel like a Dave Filoni change. He's consistently changed only really things that he's touched, like his character stuff. And so for him to make a huge change that kind of really conflicts with George's stuff, it doesn't feel like a his change. And that's where I'm just like, they just slapped his name on that for real.
Yeah.
So
Stanley's making a good point. There is, to be frank, I did hear that Leslie asked for Yoda, but was told no idea why. That could just be people trying to protect George Lucas's favorite character's identity or something like that in a lot of ways. Not necessarily his favorite character, but the character that he's like kept mysterious for all these years, remaining more mysterious. That would be the only thing I could think of. But at the same time, give us freaking Yoda. Thank you.
at the same time, it also doesn't help the case. Like the way they've taken the story, it doesn't help. So
No. And it's a good thing they don't have Yoda right now, honestly, because if they would have had Yoda knowing about any of this.
Yeah. Yeah. He's too major of a character for them to have this type of thing going down.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they didn't throw him in there, because that would have been like Kiadi Mundi's one thing, which never mind. I'm not gonna get back into it. Nope. I get triggered
funny,
thinking about it.
Icarus. I'm thinking Icarus is finding some good Twitter stuff. Twitter is weird, but it's wonderful. There's a Jackie fan account which writes 1 hour till Jackie. 2 hours later, someone responds, now it's 1 hour after Jackie.
Dude, that's so wild.
That fan account did not last. They're like, this is gonna be that one character. I'm gonna like be able to get so many like followers off this thing. We're gonna be great. My entire account will be based off this. It's
Why would you want that? Like, what? You're better off just doing a Daphne Keene freaking Twitter, which is even more weird. But hey, y'all did one for a dead character. We all knew she was gonna die. Come on now.
There's no way not. Which the season 2 stuff, if that's even plausible, I don't know how it could be plausible.
I hope not.
They just drag out the story, but everybody still dies in the end.
Yeah. What do you have? 2 people left and whatever. Chillin had some stuff come up that he had to do just around the house or something like that. I don't know. But he had to go. He's a busy man. But he came in, dropped some genius, and we're still pondering these things. David, though, I did see this. Should they have released the whole season in one go? No.
It would still have the same problem. It would be a little bit better, but people would still stop watching by it before episode 4.
That's the thing. It would not even that. People might finish it all in one go and hate binge it or something like that. But then the only good. I mean, they do have the right thought process in. If we have the series already filmed, we might as well drop it weekly. And even though there's a lot of hate per week, it's still generating more and more clicks each week. Where if you drop it at once, people forget about it in 2 weeks, if it lasts 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think that's really the only difference of them, releasing it all in one or releasing it one by one like they have, because the money revenues of the hate watching and all that stuff has been probably tremendous for them. So
yeah. And
it's probably only the way they're making their money back actually at this point. So
realistically, and I wouldn't even say all of us are like hate watching it, because we're trying to actually have like some kind of a nuanced discussion about it. We don't love it by any freaking means, but we're literally actively like we hope it gets better. Like we're rooting for it to some. It's Star Wars. We want it to be good, but it's just.
I wouldn't say I'm rooting for it at this point.
Maybe not at this point, but you still want it to be good. Like
I'll leave it
I
at
want
this
Star
because
Wars to be good. I want
that
Star
part.
Wars to be good.
yeah.
I'll leave you at this, and I'm gonna get up on out of here, boys. But
Right.
I want this show. I want it, like going into the show. I was very hyped about this show. It's probably right under Ahsoka for me on hype level before both of them came out. It's quickly gone down, but I wanted this show to be really good. You know, like it has all the aspects that I should love: Jedi, Force using, all that stuff. It's just not good. Like it's not hate watch. It's not me over here trying to act like, you know, something that I'm not, like some of these YouTubers are. It's just not good. It's not good. It's more controversial than probably any product they've done. And it's not even on everyone else's fault. It's on Lucasfilm. So I want this to be good, but bro, we're not getting any type of good positive change for Star Wars until they freaking fire everybody in that thing. So it's weird.
You made me think of a question real quick right there.
Yeah.
Did you see Tales of the Empire?
Yes.
Okay, I still haven't watched it yet. So like I the question's just out there generally because I don't have my own basis just yet.
Uh-huh.
But obviously Tales of the Empire is not getting the love that Tales of the Jedi got.
Yeah, because it's terrible.
So because the Acolyte conceptually, like you just said, we've all been pumped for it for years. It's like we get some cool dark side stuff. Like this is what we want. We want more of, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, maybe not everything needs to be dark side, but we need to see that aspect of things. And we want to kind of like delve into that part of this world that people have been looking at for 5 decades now. The two things that we have that delve the most into the dark side aspect of things have not been very well managed or reviewed or loved or anything like that. Do you think they ought to keep it like Jaws and kind of keep that Darth Vader in a hallway coming at the end of a show or a movie or doing something evil badass and proving that, oh yeah, these things are still here, these giant evil Sith kind of things will be a menacing force every now and then? Is that better than trying to focus so much time on this? And instead you get something that could be menacing, like a twisted evil metal mask with a smile on it that turns into Smilo Ren because you get 15 minutes of staring at it, so it's like not scary anymore. You're like, oh, here comes Mary Poppins again. You're like,
the problem is it's not that it's not the Sith content as a whole that's a problem. It's the fact that they're trying to add in a whole bunch of random dumb shit. Like we get 2 episodes in the Tales of the Empire show of what is it? Morgan Elsbeth. I'm sorry, she's boring. Like she's boring. We get a half-ass Inquisitor episode with Barriss. They did Barriss wrong. They throw Vader in just to have Vader in so they could throw it into a clip for a trailer. That's not like that wasn't really Sith like at all. Then you have this show. It's focusing on 2 twins that they're trying to compare it to Anakin. You have a random Sith Lord that's not like, I mean, he's cool, but there's no mystery around him at all. There's no substance. Like, I don't understand. Like, there's no substance around any of the Sith type of things they've done as far as the show and then Empire. They've done it wrong, pretty much.
Quick follow-up question, just as like a 1B for that question. Would be out of the stuff they have done, what would be the best Sith stuff you think that we've gotten for Star Wars? Like maybe not like I'm not just talking like a quick appearance or something, and maybe like a specific storyline or arc of a storyline or something like that. I would say it's probably Maul and Ezra almost going to the dark side with Maul throughout Rebels. Like, that entire process was dope to watch.
Everything they've had with Maul has been really good. Because the Clone Wars Maul stuff is Disney as well. Right?
So a little bit of it, yeah.
So that stuff was awesome. The stuff he goes in with his brother, and then for it to end that whole saga, you have Palpatine come through and 1v2 them and just put them in a box. Like,
and then
that
the
is great.
Fight.
And then the Ahsoka fight. And then the fact that he knew he was the one person besides Count Dooku that was able to figure out what the plan was. Well, Count Dooku was told, but anyways. Then you also have the things they've done with Vader. I will right now they've let me stand on this hill. They besides what is that? What's that game? The second game. Fallen
Jedi
Order,
Survivor?
Jedi Survivor. Besides Jedi Survivor, they've treated Vader how he's supposed to be treated. Vader snapping a dude's neck and dragging him through a freaking town was insane. Very Vader. The way he freaking bodied Reva and was toying with her at the same time, besides him stabbing her back in the stomach where she lived the first time, because let's be real, Anakin would have cut her freaking head off, for real. But that was gangster as hell.
Yeah.
Then you have that awesome scene with him and Obi-Wan. Amazing. The only thing they've done bad is have him as a freaking idiotic cameo for 2 seconds to hear him breathe in the Empire, the Tales of the Empire.
Okay.
But other than that, they've treated Vader perfectly. So I will give them that. But everything else other than those two have been not good. Not good at all.
The only other like great Sith thing I can think of besides just the Vader stuff and like Maul stuff is really, I mean, the Dooku things we get are all great as well. I love me some
Dooku was great too. Yeah.
Dooku might be my favorite Star Wars character in general, just for like everything that he was a part of. I just love the concept and how everything had happened. But besides probably those three, honestly, Visions and Ronin was the best Sith thing that we've gotten and maybe ever.
Oh, Ronin, yeah.
Like, and that was
Visions is different too. I like Visions, but I wasn't in love with it. But the Sith things that they've done in that were pretty good.
The book was great too.
Yeah.
The Ronin one was so cool.
So
It was very cool.
But yeah, they've had some positives.
It's just I just wish they would give us a positive actual, a positive evil show. Is that what we're wanting? We want a good evil show.
I would love that, but I don't know if we're gonna get it, dude. Until they fire some people. But other than that, I don't think we're gonna. I don't think
some restructuring that needs to happen to make that happen.
Yeah. Speaking of chilling, Aaron was saying that 2 months, which he just had to step out. It's something going on. He just had to step out for a minute.
What up, Kendall?
Howdy, Kendall. But Aaron said, what, 2 months until Kathleen Kennedy's contract is up, something like that?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we'll frickin' see. We'll frickin' see.
We'll see.
I would love for them not to renew it. But
Yeah,
they probably will.
I hate being like, the demise of somebody's great, but she's got to go. Like, there's no doubt about it.
I don't care about that. Let her go. She has probably at this point hundreds of mil in the bank. She's fine. She will be fine.
She's been producing for Steven Spielberg and Jerry Bruckheimer.
Exactly.
She's got a few $100 million in the bank.
Exactly. She's fine. Let her sell off into the sunset. She's fine. So, well, all right, guys. I will catch y'all later, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for popping
Always a good
in.
time talking to y'all.
Yes, sir. Thankfully, there's positive things to say this week. Hopefully, there's more freaking next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, man.
I'll take it one by one. I will watch the next one. So
Somehow, some way, I thought we were gonna lose you after the third one.
Dude, I thought I was done. I ain't gonna lie. But all right, boys. I'll talk to y'all later.
Yeah, man. Be safe. Enjoy Texas for me.
Hey man, it's 115 degrees out here, so
Well,
feels
I'll
great.
enjoy cold weather for you.
It feels great. All right, well, see ya.
See you, man. What are we thinking? We got a couple other things. We can jump into some bullet points over here. We talked about some character motivations. Do you want to just jump into the stupidity of some of them?
And this, we kind of over
everything. Yeah, Yord's character motivations and the aspect of do you follow orders or you don't? Dumb. May going back and forth 4 to 5 times? Dumb. Chimere, just his motivations in general don't make sense. Why would you be? Anyway, that's just dumb. That doesn't make any sense. OSHA, her stuff makes sense. She didn't really switch up that much. She's still kind of just OSHA, but that's just very generic, and she'll probably start switching up here soon. Jackie, she made sense. Everything Jackie did made sense. She's the only one that actually, like, I feel like is 100% justified in the way that she's being utilized, I guess. I would still have liked her to have more action than just being a talking point, early on. But she was all right. Soul, though, everything was making sense to a degree, but I still really like my theory. I hope they do that. I doubt they will, like we keep saying.
Like I said, that's too good of writing for the show.
Yeah. Dog! Oh, yeah. Y'all should meet Zora. Did she just run out of here?
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, she comes back. It's his Pomsky. Gorgeous little dog.
Zora.
I'm just watching to find out what the Jedi did to Ocean May. At this point, the basis of the show has intrigued me enough to just get the answer to the question. That's it. And if they don't answer it with this season, I'm not gonna feel goodwill enough to give them a second season. Maybe Lucasfilm will, but I don't know.
Dog.
But dog, Zora.
You can't really see her very well.
Yeah, she said.
If you notice, she's got one blue eye
and then one dark eye. Brooke, howdy again.
Got one.
No. Yeah. Gorgeous pup though. Gorgeous pup.
She just turned a year old.
Oh yeah.
It's just her birthday.
Feliz cumpleaños. Pero. Howdy. Yeah, so yeah, motivations. Okay. I should have asked this to everybody else. I missed my bullet point. We started getting into other conversations. But one of my bullet points that I was going to ask is, who did you want to be Darth Tooth? Who did you want to be Smilo Ren?
Literally anyone else. Literally anybody but that person. Would have been a better anything. A better twist, a better storyline, any of that. Not the random being person that she was walking through the woods with in one scene, and then they made such a big damn deal about or him hiding his identity and stuff like that.
Literally been in 3 scenes, and he's the only reason they utilized him in this aspect was because he's the only character that hasn't done something else yet.
Yeah.
You can introduce somebody else and have
lazy.
Him like
very lazy.
But
it's very obvious.
I'm with you, Sarah. After I didn't really think about Indara Trinity being Darth Tooth, whatever we're calling him, until the beginning of last episode, and that idea itself actually got me excited. I was like, okay, we're gonna see something cool. It would have been sick.
Yeah.
Been like, okay, because and it would have proven the point of whenever he kills Daphne Keene, Jackie, with the 3 prongs. It's totally that's a total like fan thing. Is like, oh yeah, you get stabbed once, you can come back, and they're like, all right, well, let's stab her 3 times real quick. She's dead. Okay, we figured that out. She's dead. Then that would have been cool. That Trinity only got hit the once. We never saw a body after. Of course, we saw her dead body hit the ground, I guess, but that might have been something that they could have written off in that sense, and you would have been like, the one, but I don't know. I would have much preferred Trinity, and if not, like you were saying, Kirill would have been cool.
Yeah, because that my thing that I don't understand is how does he know the backstory of what happened with the witches? Because he was like basically insinuating that Soul had something to do with it to Osha, and he's sitting there like but it didn't make sense because how do you know that? Because May doesn't know the whole story. Because when you actually watch that third episode, it's told from Osha's perspective, so it's like there's details missing, and it's very apparent that the Jedi did something else, and like that little fire that she created is not the fire that killed everybody. Like that didn't cause that chain reaction. The Jedi did something.
Also, it didn't look like the fire killed everybody because they were just
all just
dead
laying
bodies.
there. They were just down. They were just laying there. So it's like,
one of the witches is Tooth's boss. I think Mother Anastasia or Kirill has to be.
It would make sense.
It has to be Chimere's master.
That would, because she was the one who was. She would be upset. She would know the details of what happened, and we didn't see her body.
Maybe he was there. Chimere's a warlock. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I was like, I don't know what they're gonna have to justify something here. It's pretty soon.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. Yeah, they're all women. Like,
yeah, Smilo Ren, old Darth Tooth.
It is Make-A-Wish.com Ezra Miller. It's literally how he looks, and it's frustrating because it's so apparent.
And somehow Palpatine returned.
Yeah, for real. That's definitely gonna be how it. We're just.
Frickin'. He goes into the world between worlds and pops into this timeline and is like, hey guys.
Gonna go to the MCU.
Yeah, let me send Ian McDermott over to the MCU real quick. Ooh, who would be a good MCU character for? Wait, what?
They technically, with the Marvel
multiverse.
The What If series, because in one of the What If,
they showed a little thing.
They showed. I don't remember what planet it was, but I'm pretty sure it was like Tatooine or some shit. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something like that they showed a Star Wars world. Star Wars world. Wow, say that 5 times.
Star Wars world. 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 It wasn't that bad.
Good for you, buddy.
I wanted to try it. I was like, let me real quick.
You did better than me. But
I thought it was made up.
But if they so technically speaking, Palpatine in the MCU.
Iron Palp
there.
Iron Palps. That's how we'll do it.
I like that theory or not theory, but that idea that we had like a couple streams ago where we were talking about the witches, and we were like, if they were from Earth, that would be cool. That because Earth is canonically in Star Wars,
yeah.
So like that's not impossible, and that would be a cool little connect. But I'm glad they didn't, because like as these witches are written, it's not good. But like the bare concept, maybe.
Hello there, Pod Racing Palpatine. Perfect timing. Perfect timing on your part. That was hilarious. And also, right after Icarus's comment makes that much better too. Hello there. What were we just saying?
About which thing?
We
kind of finished the point.
Oh, okay. Well, the only other things that I was really thinking about this episode were, the witches find Stargate. Go to Earth.
Yes. I'm here for that.
Well, okay. So this was the witch idea. We'll just bring back the witch idea. Is Earth is canonical for Star Wars because of E.T. E.T. happens on Earth, and in the Phantom Menace, not the Phantom Menace, it's either, I think it's Attack of the Clones, in one of the Senates. No, it's in Revenge of the Sith. I think it's in Revenge of the Sith whenever Palpatine is being crowned Supreme Chancellor. A Disney Amazon production. Oh God. But anyway, the witches would be from Earth because E.T. came to Earth. Earth is part of Star Wars because E.T. is in his species, at least, is in Revenge of the Sith in the Senate. So they are part of the galaxy of Star Wars. So they were a long way away. No, far, far away. God, what a long time ago, galaxy far, far away. That was ADD right there. And that was my immediate karma for saying what was it, Star Wars world 5 times. That was my immediate karma there. Yeah, so I like the idea of the witches being from Earth a hell of a lot. I don't know if they're gonna go that far. It would be cool.
Definitely, they won't go that far. Again, that's too good of writing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Kathleen Kennedy's like sitting there being like, no, that's too good.
Earth? No.
No. We don't
One
like that
sun?
planet. We don't like that planet.
Fat planet? Or you'd have to pull an Invincible and say Alan and I was looking for Urath or whatever.
Urath?
Yeah. Okay, so the bugs in this episode. One of the things that I liked, but I didn't love was the horror elements of this one, like the bugs taking away the Sith dude, Chimere.
D-rate horror.
Yeah, the D-rate horror. It had the potential to be. Is that I thought it was a spider dangling down. No. I was like, that's terrifying.
Getting distracted by flies.
Yeah. Yeah, so the horror stuff, the bugs. Speaking of the bugs, they're everywhere. We literally just Beetlejuiced one. A Guo who possesses a Jedi. Oh boy! Ooh.
Oh, that's horrifying. That would be a funny video, like a what if Guo gets possessed or possesses a Jedi, or bring that into other universes too.
Because Stargate's got multiverse stuff, which means if it's open the multiverse,
it does.
Yeah, you've already seen. Yeah,
I'm watching it now.
Stargate's got multiverse stuff. Star Wars, literally world between worlds. MCU has multiverse and microverse stuff. And the difference between the multiverse and the microverse. Multiverse is your 6th dimension, and microverse is your 7th dimension. Obviously, first dimension is a point. Second dimension is a line, essentially your vertical line, your x-axis. The third dimension, including your y. Fourth dimension, space-time. Fifth dimension is essentially a doppelganger planet. These are all within the laws of physics. Sixth dimension is multiverse, so that's where that multiverse theory, where the Marvel stuff's going off of right now. Everything, everywhere, all at once, so on and so forth. Seventh dimension is the microverse, and the difference between those two things are the multiverse is any kind of eventuality that can happen. Any kind of possibility that can happen will happen after the beginning of our known world and universe starting, aka the Big Bang Theory. So the multiverse theory is everything after the Big Bang. Microverse theory is any possible beginning and every possible end. So where multiverse is literally an infinite multitude of things, the microverse is infinitesimally a multitude of that. If that makes sense. I know it's a lot of concepts and theories, but if all these different things have the multiverse in there, long story short, they have the microverse theory attached to their product, and they could, in theory, have a little crossover. We could do DC, Warner Brothers, MCU, Disney, Star Wars, Stargate with Amazon, a little bit of everybody if we really wanted to. You'd have the hardest part about all that would not be justifying it within their own retrospective universes. The hardest part would be justifying it to the studios to work together and to share the profits.
Yeah, that won't happen.
I really don't think multiverse stuff jumped the shark. Everything Everywhere All at Once was one of the biggest Oscar winners in the past ever. I really don't think it's jumped the shark at all. I think bad multiverse stuff has not helped the ideas of it, but I mean, good multiverse stuff's been going on for a long time. I mean, Stargate did multiverse in the early 2000s. People have been doing it for a long time, so it's not like it's bad by any means. Everyone, not everyone, but a vast majority of people that watched Everything Everywhere All at Once really enjoyed it. So good, like for everything. Acolyte is not very great storytelling a lot of the time, which is our biggest frustration. But whenever it is done right, it is phenomenal. And good storytelling, no matter the story trope being utilized, is going to be good. The Spider-Man animated was great. Into and Across the Spider-Verse, along with Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think kind of proves that multiverse hasn't jumped the shark. I don't think Multiverse of Madness, what I really liked it when I first saw it, and the more I think about it, the more I watch it, the less I tend to enjoy it. But there's still some good Sam Raimi-isms in there, which are great. It just doesn't stand up to the same pedigree that either Into or Across the Spider-Verse, and hopefully Beyond the Spider-Verse will reach. And it definitely doesn't stand up to Everything Everywhere All at Once. And the thing that was worse than that was The Flash. The Flash didn't help that by any freaking means. By any freaking means. The what?
I said actual Ezra Miller.
Yeah, actual Ezra Miller. And that didn't help either. What else was? Oh, the other Flash, the TV show, the Infinite Worlds. They were. I watched parts of it, and I never watched those full seasons of television, so I don't really 100% have an opinion on that one. But I don't think necessarily that helped bolster the pedigree per se of multiverse types of movies or ideas or anything like that. Loki, the second season, I think, of the series helps. The first season kind of just convolutes things. I don't like the first season of Loki as much as everybody else does. I like certain episodes in that series a whole lot. Second season of Loki, I really thoroughly enjoyed. So that one does help a little bit, but it's really hit or miss, and it is a hard thing to do right because there's so many things that you can do that are just fun with multiverse stuff that as a writer, think about it. Well, if I have access to this, and this, I'm going to just use it all. No, you got to use it when it makes sense. And if you're going to try to really push something and pull something out of somewhere to use it, you have to find a way to justify it. And a lot of the times, the justifications are not as seamless as we would like them to be. You know? But I don't think it's jumped the shark just yet. I don't think it's jumped the shark just yet. Maybe if Beyond the Spider-Verse doesn't really seal that trilogy well, and we get some more multiverse stuff from Secret Wars in the next couple of years with the MCU, and all of that doesn't go well, that shark has been succinctly jumped at that point. But I think there's a little bit of leeway. Laura, you're the best. Oh, hi guys, love you. Just saying hello, and I love you, but don't have much to contribute at this second. No worries at all. We just love that you're here. We love that everybody's here. You know, y'all are the best. I like the Arrowverse. It was fun. Just don't take the shows too serious. The first few series of it, or seasons of it, were fantastic. And the first few seasons of the first few series.
Crisis. Well, like they went downhill before Crisis.
Way before.
But like especially after Crisis, because I liked Crisis because it brought like everything together, like even like the old shows, like just on the basic level, like it's fun. It's a nod to fans and stuff, but like they somehow got even lazier with a lot of things after that, which was really sad to see, considering they should have done the opposite because people thoroughly enjoyed that for the most part.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even in Crisis, it's like if you're gonna do all these different characters, yes, it's awesome to have them. Yes, we want to all see them on screen together, and we want to see them doing cool things on screen together. But you've got to give proper justification. You can't just have them pop up, and at a certain point, they just turn into cameos instead of an actual character. And if it's a cameo, not a character, and the cameo is not, it's supposed to be a cool moment, and it's not like just a fun little like. The best type of cameo is one that is still a character, even if it's not an elongated one. Think Gene Hackman in Bride of Frankenstein. Not Bride of Frankenstein. Is it just Frankenstein? Am I crazy? You'll help me out there. But Gene Hackman playing the blind guy in Frankenstein, and Frankenstein coming in there and blind guy spilling stuff all over Frankenstein, and he's like, "Ah!" and doesn't really want to offend the guy, so he kind of leaves, and it's just great. Why am I blanking? What movie am I thinking of? Classic, freaking classic. Is it Bride of Frankenstein? Pretty sure it's Bride of Frankenstein. It might just be a different Frankenstein movie, but y'all know what I'm talking about. If a cameo is going to be utilized, it needs to be justified through a character like either that character has to come in for a reason, or the character that is going to go witness this cameo needs to be witnessing the cameo for a reason. That cameo needs to have pertinence to either the character that we've been watching or have its own pertinence that the character can kind of draw back to later. Storytelling devices, I guess. We don't get many of those.
Or they just have a cameo for the general storytelling aspect, not necessarily interacting with another character.
Yeah, if there's some IP or something like that, and there's something familiar that you can kind of just, yeah. But it needs to pertain to story, and characters should pertain to story as well.
Did they really do that though in Crisis a lot? Because they had a lot of cameos, but that was all relevant to the story.
I've never seen Crisis all the way through. I've seen parts of it. I'm thinking for that mostly the Flash is where my brain went there, because that turned into in the Flash.
Where but you're talking about cameos, so I don't know. I thought you were talking about Crisis, but now I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a little bit of all of it. I haven't seen Crisis all the way. Young Frankenstein, thank you. That's why it wasn't Bride of Frankenstein. I knew it. It was Young Frankenstein. Thank you. Excellent film. Excellent classic. But I see. So I haven't seen Crisis all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it. So I don't know if everybody's justified or not there. I'm really thinking the Flash particularly there, where at the end you just get George Reeves popping up, literally standing in a super suit, and Christopher Reeves and Supergirl popping up and just standing in their super suits, and then you get animated Nick Cage flying around shooting spiders, and you're like, this doesn't. You're literally just peeking into a world. You're letting Ezra Miller look, oh yeah, I see this guy when I'm running around here. Ooh, look, I see this world. Ooh. Instead of having maybe these worlds do come together and they do have to help fight with one another to get themselves out of a situation for a moment. Or maybe one guy can be utilized from here. However you want to do the actual storytelling aspect of it, it's not... It's half-assed, because all it is a cameo at that point instead of it's a story relevance character. Well, the story relevance technically could be there, but that's where the character relevance would need to also be imbued there, because Barry's not getting anything in the Flash whenever he's running by all these different worlds. He's not. Oh, he's literally just making a semi-funny face at each one, and he's not getting. He's like, oh, this world's falling apart because of what I'm doing right here. This world's, he kind of takes a step back after he looks in and peeks in all these worlds. He's like, oh, all those worlds I just looked in, they're falling apart because I'm letting them fall apart. And I need to stop doing this just speed force, circle all the time kind of thing. And I need to maybe think about what I'm doing and take a second, stop, breather, all that kind of stuff. They don't let that happen. They're just cameos. And where Andy Muschietti is a better freaking filmmaker than that. That disappointed me there in the Flash a big time. And I think that goes to show, like, that's what a lot of multiverse stuff can feel like. It jumps the shark whenever it does that kind of stuff, and it doesn't justify what you're getting. It turns into how many cool things can we fit onto a page or onto a screen in one brief moment. But we just hit 2 hours, y'all.
Yeah.
What are y'all thinking? We might start skedaddling out of here. We've covered a lot. Which was nice that, sometimes an afterthoughts can be exactly what you said yesterday in a watch party, just with a little more poise. I think we added a little extra to that today. We added some theories, added theories on top of theories. We not only said yesterday what we thought, but with more poise, we justified it, and we kind of tried to hopefully not justify the Acolyte to ourselves more, but to hopefully at least they're going to get better, and we're trying to find the ways that they could. And if they follow those ways, we're going to be happy. If they don't, hopefully they found a way to be good that we're not thinking of. But that is yet to be seen. I haven't put one of these things up, so you know what? Stargate. Y'all Zat gun all those things that Zat gun just told you to. And y'all the best. Y'all know we love you. We'll see you soon. I don't know exactly what we have coming at you next, but Sci-Fi Sunday, this Sunday for sure. I might talk a little bit about our show on Sunday, just for the sake of it. Our show that we're doing, it's our last show this Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it's going to be, 10 p.m. y'all's time in the UK, I think, at that time. So maybe if y'all want to come watch a show, we have a live stream aspect of that, so it will be able to be live streamed. And we had a bunch of live streamers last night join our show yesterday, which went swimmingly, super, super really good. As the director producer, I'm worried about like laughs per minute, and there was a lot of laughs per minute, which makes me very happy. Makes the cast happy, which boosts morale. It's a great thing. It makes me really, I love it. And hopefully, if y'all are wanting to, we'll get you a little discount code for Sci-Trek, all kinds of stuff like that. And if you want to, after a Sci-Fi Sunday, a couple hours after, come hang out again. We got some funny jokes to tell you. But yeah, that's it for this stream. We're a little 2 hours over it. Chaz, you want to say anything before we hop out of here?
No, we'll see y'all Sunday.
But yeah, see y'all Sunday. Hopefully a little bit beforehand, but we'll let you know. We'll probably toss a video out or two for you. Just keep your eyes peeled and keep those notifications on. It was a wonderful stream. Good night, all. Goodbye. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. All the above. And toodles.